So what is going on with all of this NAFTA and trade war and new trade deal shiz? Well, I'm gonna have to take it back to Economics 101. And if you've never taken econ before, you're about to get a quickie on it. Let's start with this. Imagine you live in a household with your entire family, like your parents, your grandparents, your siblings, your cousins, your kids, your spouse, everybody under one roof, one big happy family. Now the overall goal is to grow the household net worth. But remember, you also have your own interests at heart. At the same time, you have your whole family interests at heart. Now imagine each of you is good at making one thing. Let's say you are good at making shoes. Maybe mom's good at making hats. Maybe dad's good at making hot sauce. Your cousin Rusty is good at making cell phones. And of course, each person makes it and sells it. You could sell it to each other within the household, or you have a storefront and you sell it to people outside of your house, like your neighbors. Obviously, the better option is to sell stuff outside of your house, because what good is it when money's just circulating within the house? You're selling shoes to grandma, grandpa. You want to make sure you're selling stuff to outside of the house so that your overall net worth of the house grows. Because remember, you're also buying stuff that you guys aren't making. For example, if nobody in the house produces eggs or cars, you're gonna have to buy that from somewhere else. And those are called imports. When a country has to buy stuff from other countries, they have to import goods. Which is why you gotta sell stuff to your neighbors, people down the street, 3 streets away from you, in another city. So if your household was a country, you gotta sell stuff to other countries. Those are exports. The more stuff you sell to peeps outside of your house, the more the overall household net worth will grow. The more stuff a country sells to other countries, the more money a country will make. And of course, like any other individual or household or country, you want to make sure you are selling more than you are buying. That is, exports are greater than imports. This is called net exports. The value of all of the goods that you are selling minus the value of all of the goods you are buying. For a country, it's called trade balance. A country would always want a positive trade balance. That is, when exports are greater than imports. Now, let's say there's a new kid on the block, Bobby. Bobby strolls over, rings the doorbell. You open the door, and he goes, "Yo, I make cell phones. I make it cheaper than Rusty. I make it so cheap that I can sell it to you, and you can resell it, and it'll still be cheaper than Rusty's cell phones." You're intrigued. You see an opportunity. Now, Rusty is obviously gonna be like, "What the hell, you bastard? How are you gonna sell me out like that?" Fair enough, Rusty has every right to be mad, especially if you're going to be a jerk of a cousin and try to put him out of business because you decide to buy cell phones from new kid on the block Bobby and resell them at cheaper prices than what Rusty is selling them for. On the other hand, Grandpa is not impressed. He's like, "Well, Bobby makes cheaper cell phones. How come I'm forced to pay higher prices from Rusty?" So now people are kicking and screaming within the household. So, throne leaders, mom and dad, they're like, all right. Look, Bobby, new kid on the block, you can sell your stuff to us. However, we're capping you. There are limits. And those are quotas. When a country caps or limits certain goods, they're called quotas. Mom and dad are also like, well, if you want to step foot in this house with your goods, it's going to cost you. You're going to have to pay a tax on it. And those are tariffs. Quotas and tariffs are meant to protect domestic businesses. Remember, you can't put Rusty out of business. That's not fair. You gotta protect fam first. But at the same time, you have to make sure it's fair for everyone. Grandpa's not too impressed that he's got limited choices when it comes to his cell phones. And that's competition. You gotta make Grandpa happy too. As a country, you have to protect your peeps in whatever it is that they are producing, whether it's dairy, cars, cell phones, computers, which is why they impose restrictions like quotas and tariffs on foreign competition. You have to protect local businesses first. It's not cool putting your own peeps out of business. What else are they gonna do? It's not good for the economy. It's not healthy for your people. People have to make money so they can spend money. And spending money is good for the economy because it means people have money to spend. But on the other hand, you have to make sure people have choices when they're buying stuff at home. And that's competition. This is why trade talks can last a long time. It's not exactly a walk in the park. Our leaders are trying to make everyone happy and better off. So that's Econ 101 in its simplest form. Stay tuned for my next video where I explain the trade deal specifically surrounding dairy in Canada. Please share this video, especially for those that want to know what's up. Hit the subscribe button and I'll see you later.